Hey everybody, welcome back to the Miniac, and this is the 100,000 mile video special. And if you can hear me but you can't really see me, but you can see my windshield, you know that I am in my car driving. I'm actually testing out the new MoveMax stabilizer that I bought because I do crazy stuff like that. But we're out here checking out the West Bottoms and showing off my 100,000 mile John Cooper Works. It has been an incredible 100,000 miles, literally 3 years. I know that seems very, very short for a Mini Cooper, and I gotta turn around because there's a train in the middle of the road. But 3 years, 100,000 miles, well actually now it's 102,137 miles. So otherwise, a lot of time has gone by in terms of how the engine is on this car. I thought it'd be fun to share what I've learned about this car, what has gone wrong, what has not gone wrong, and see if I still think that this car is as reliable as ever, or if my thoughts on it have changed. So let's dive in. So it seems only fitting that I keep bringing my car back down to the West Bottoms in Kansas City, because this is really where a lot of my videos occurred when I started my channel. So about 7 years ago, I started my channel down here with one of my first videos, and it was kind of cheesy, kind of goofy. I was kind of doing something really weird, trying to figure out how it worked, but I didn't know I would get to where I am today from those early videos. I didn't know I would have this car by now. I didn't know if I'd even have the channel still. But with that being said, 100,000 miles, 2022 John Cooper Works Anniversary Edition. I pulled it off. Imagine that. 102,000 miles. So quite a lot of driving has occurred with this car. It has been literally everywhere that I could take it. I've taken it to California twice. I've taken it to Virginia. I've taken it to New Orleans. I've taken it to Austin, Texas at least twice. I've taken it to Wisconsin. I'm going there again. I've taken the car pretty much across the country. In those times, I've only had 3 incidents really. I had a bent wheel. Technically it was not this car that had that bent wheel, but I've had a bent wheel twice on this car. I've had a scratched wheel, I've had a punctured tire, but, oh, and my brakes, my rear brakes kind of went wonky on my first trip to California. Otherwise, it's been great. Now, yes, I did implode my turbo last year, so there is that. It has been an incredibly reliable car. I really can't say that I could think of another vehicle that would have been as reliable as this car if I had been driving it. I feel like that the fact that this car has been as reliable as it is says a lot about the brand. I can't think of another brand really. I know there's Honda and everybody will say Honda, Toyota and all that stuff, but really, this car doesn't require as much work as people think it does. People think that European cars need tons of maintenance. Not necessarily. It might be a little bit more expensive than the average car, but aside from self-inflicted wounds that I've incurred with this vehicle, it's been pretty good. So with that, you are now looking at iteration number 3 of my vinyl. The car has changed, so let's take a look. So as you can see, the circles are gone from the exterior of the car, but the numbers are still there. I did something different. I decided it would be fun to try this out for a while and see how I like it. And so far, I really do like it. Now, part of this had to do with the fact that the original 74s on the car started to peel and were just falling apart. 3 years later, the original factory vinyl was no more, so it was time to replace it. And replace it we did. We kept the font, but we changed the look. Now it has yellow 74s. The LAP stickers are back on the car because I'm working with the team in the next couple of weeks, so thought I'd add those back onto the vehicle. Yellow stripes remain, the carbon fiber hood scoop remains. The white wheels stick around. I was gonna swap those out, I changed my mind. I did add these wings on the back on the spoiler. Now I did have these on my previous 2017. I really liked them, I wanted them back. I had a friend who had a set and he didn't have the car anymore, so he gave these to me and they look really, really good. The overall look is really, really nice. I even got the 74 back there. Now inside, it's still the same car it's always been. A little bit messy because I use this car for literally everything. So nothing in here has really changed. And my little smiley face right there. It's just been a fantastic vehicle. It's done everything I needed it to do. It's gone everywhere I needed it to go. It's not failed me, truthfully, it's not failed me once, really. There's been a few times where it's been self-inflicted, like I said, but it's not really failed me at all. Now, of course, under the hood is still the 228 horsepower B46 JCW motor. And yes, it is a B46 because in 2020, they switched to the SULEV, otherwise known as the SULEV, and previous cars used the ULEV. And you can see right here, it even says it on the sticker, SULEV. So this is a B46. If you looked at the previous model years prior to 2020, it would say ULEV. So there you go. And yes, it is a very dirty engine bay. There's my Dynon intake, my forage hard pipe. The filter is clean still. I probably will replace it at some point. It is incredibly dusty under here, but I've been driving it like I said. I use my car, like all of you should. Use your car. So there it is. Still looks good, has rock chips, but that's gonna happen on this car. It has dents. There's a spot under the stripe where they pop the dents back out that we need to, at some point, fix. In the meantime, the stripe hides it. I mean, it's been everything I've wanted it to be. It's been a perfectly reliable Mini, and that's what I set out to do. I wanted a car that was reliable, that I was gonna enjoy driving, and there's not that many out there, except for this. This is a very reliable car, despite what some people might think. It has been incredibly reliable. I have never had a huge problem with this that, like I said, was not self-inflicted. Everything the car was designed to do, it has done. It has done it and looked great doing it. Do I intend to keep this car? Do I intend to buy another Mini? I have toyed with other cars out there. I have considered the possibility that this may be the last Mini Cooper I ever own, especially with manuals being gone. But for right now, I can't think of any reason that I would want to get rid of this vehicle. I just think it's been everything I wanted it to be, and if I did replace it, I don't know what I would get next. Would I get a brand new Mini, or would I get a used one? That's something I have not quite figured out. We'll have to see as time goes on. I still owe money on this car, so it's not going anywhere anytime soon. There are going to be other things that are going to be done to it. I did do those speakers. There is a dash cam from a company called FitCam X that I'm going to be working on soon that's going to be going into the car. And I have a few more things I want to do to the car and test out and just see how those would work on this vehicle. So there's still more to come for this little Mini. This isn't the end of the story. What I am going to try to do today is see if I can actually finally get a better sounding exhaust video, because trying to film exhaust videos with this car has been very, very tedious. So with that, I do have this new stabilizer. So I'm thinking I might be able to mount it on the hatch and test it out. So we'll see what happens. In the meantime, let's get to that. Well, hopefully that sounded as good to you as it did to me. I want to thank you all for watching and being around these last 7 years or so. Here's to 7 more. I will see you all in the next video, and if you like what you see, check out more content on this channel at the end of this video. Thanks for watching.